What's going on? It's Justeeni here. This is the second part of the face-off. My chance to go to Sweden right here. This is round 2. If you haven't watched round 1, go ahead and watch it. There will be some spoilers, so please do that first. But yeah, I managed to win round 1 with a clean 2-0 victory against Yadek. But now, round 2, I'm against Chinchi, against Le Libatoire, who uses this nickname as well. And I didn't know what to expect from Chinchi. I didn't do any practice against Chinchi at all, so I wasn't too worried. I just need to win this set, and that's it. Again, just 2 set wins. And I don't even need to play any more games. That's just it. I go to Sweden. But looking at the spawn, it's not looking the greatest. And one thing about Chinchi is Chinchi can sometimes just pop off with a crazy spawn, so I have to kind of watch out for that. If Chinchi pops off with a good spawn, not much I can do here, unless my other cities are looking really good, but let's get right into things and see what happens. So, upgrade turn 0, and just kind of, you know, I get my suburb. And I decide to not get anything pre-cap, because construction just isn't good here, but neither is anything else. Like, I want to upgrade, I want to get an explorer, which in retrospect is probably a bit preemptive because their score is low, so this is probably a mistake on my end. But then again, what do I get here? I want to see how the map looks. Sure enough, I find the opponent, and I see they're on a ruin. I managed to get the lighthouse as well, which is actually pretty nice. I can upgrade my capital. I gladly take that. I missed my second city though. And I decided to kind of expand more in this direction. And now I see the opponent. You see where the opponent just moved? They moved down here. Now, there could be a village there. However, this looks like it could also be a village tile here. See how there's like this farm and this fruit and like a lot of resources. I guess the forest doesn't matter so much, but it looks like there could be a village here. And if there's a village here, this is still like, is this actually possible with map gen? Hold on. Oh, there's not a possible way to get a village here. So in the game, I actually thought there could be a village there. That'd be Le Libatoire's second suburb. But it actually has to be here. In the game, I thought maybe it's here. So I decide to go for a bit of a risky idea, which is riding. But this turns out to not be a good idea because, sure enough, their city is here. Now I go climbing for the ruin. And I'm hoping to get some good pressure out of riding. Obviously, I know that all of Chin's mountains are going to have mines, and if you look at these forge spots, we see a level 3, a level 4, and some undetermined level here. Could be good. Maybe, maybe not. It depends if there's a mine here or not. It could be just level 2. Also, another thing is earlier, Libator got a pop ruin, so he's got a nice level 3 capital. And that will matter in a little bit because you see now it's a level 4 capital. I get a vet sword from this rune though. Again, if I can pressure, maybe just like take the city, I'm actually in a good spot. So I try to just pressure. There's the giant. Unfortunately with the sword I can't siege though. So I have to back off my riders. And yeah, I kind of have to ask myself, what do I do here? I'm staring down 2 giants, and I don't have a plan. I go for this lighthouse, take out the warrior, I see a ruin, I go org, so I can upgrade my capital and upgrade the city here. Now, yeah, besides riding being a mistake, probably also, I think org is fine, but I don't have a plan for these giants, and that's going to prove to be an issue. So I decided to go for the Explorer. This was my main plan with Org. You see, I funneled it, so my plan is the Explorer is going to go this way. And, hold on. Explorer is going to go like this, and it's going to go onto this mountain, and it's going to go all the way here and get this lighthouse. Then this warrior gets the other lighthouse, and then I get Eye of God. That's going to save me the game. It's going to take a while for me to get Eye of God, but at least I can get it and maybe can do something. I have a city advantage here. I just need to hold on to it and maybe I can do something here. And then so that after the explorer goes here, it goes backwards. Yeah, the explorers really like mountains. They like mountains even more than lighthouses, so very unfortunate for me. I just completely whiff. And that's going to hurt a lot here because I still don't have a plan for these giants. I get a mining ruin. Now this at least gives me something. It gives me a giant on my capital. And after I take out the sword, I take it out with the rider because this rider is now at 3 out of 3 kills. I go Smithery pre-cap so I can actually get a second giant with the Park of Fortune because I have to defend the city right now. There is a giant that is just about to go over there, so I need to make a move. Smithery is kind of bad though, but I don't have much of a choice. Construction, I would have to get a border growth, which is just expensive. Is that better though? Maybe it is. Because in the long term it might save me. It's really tough to say, but I go with the construction, and then they just move the giants here. So it may be better for me to go construction, because now Smithery only saves me in one area, and I really wish I had construction now. So I can get the giant here, like I have that, but I don't have a way of defending the city. It's going to be a 4-on-4 very soon. In fact, sieging with the sword, which cannot be unsieged. I get sieged here. I have a rider, luckily, to deal with that siege. But this position is completely falling apart. And this is not looking good. This is not how I want the set to start. My giant's getting taken out. And the city gets taken. Giants are advancing. And I go construction finally, which I should have done before instead of Smithery, but it's just too late at this point. I have to use Gate of Power just to get the giant here sooner, which really hurts. But yeah, the sword here also actually turns out to be a mistake. I'm in a pretty awful position anyway, but now my capital is sieged, and I have barely anything to my name. I can't even unsiege this. So very unfortunate start. A few mistakes combined with a very, very strong start and a very swift and effective conversion by Lilibitar. And I lose round 1. But I still have a chance to make a comeback, so go and cut to the next match. Alright, game 2, and it looks to possibly be a different situation. I see this lake here, and I'm wondering if there's going to be like a lake in the center, or if the opponent's like right here. But I'm much more optimistic about this because my spawn looks better. So this is maybe where we get the comeback. Let's see what happens. Find my second city. Construction's looking awfully nice. But I go for hunting instead. And the reason why is because I'm trying to play things a little safe here. So I get really quick level 3s. It's not a bad option. And the idea is if the opponent's really close, I can get archery and construction as a way of effectively combating any giants. Because I don't know where they are yet. I even get the explorer, and it's all water. And the opponent's on the other side. So, I mean, hunting's still not bad here, at least. Again, that's kind of why I got it, is it's pretty flexible. And I can still get construction for a decent price. Now I get construction before my third city. And my development's going to be a little sluggish, but it's fine. I go climbing. It's going to make sure my explorer doesn't just run into a mountain. And it allows me to get this lighthouse, potentially. I get median stars there. And again, the explorers don't like the lighthouses as much as they like the mountains, so Explorer unfortunately skips the lighthouse and actually gets neither. So now my chances of getting Eye of God are practically 0, so I can't really go for it anymore. I go get a workshop here. And yeah, the opponent gets an explorer, and we're both just going to be going greedy from this point. That's the play. So I'm setting up my windmills. I set up a windmill here. And now, in the situation, I kind of figured this is better for me because my markets are going to be better. So what I just need to do is, because I have the long-term advantage in theory, I just need to play it safe. Prevent any shenanigans from going on. And so I get my giants going. I've got good defense. The Libitar is not going to attack into me. I get a vet sword here, which sucks. And I go for archery. And the reason why I go for archery is because, again, I have the long-term advantage. Chinchi markets just aren't as good because you have to use forges. It's not going to be as good as some good old-fashioned windmill markets. Like, I have a beautiful market sitting right here. This is like, I think it's just a level 8 market straight up. And so I just decide, again, I'm just going to play it really safe. With these archers, I even get the city wall because I just need to play it as safe as possible. And so I've like got units ready because I'm expecting Chin like go in the water quickly, and if I'm not prepared for that with archers, that could be really bad. So I'm gonna get the archers first, and then I'm gonna get trade. And now Chinchi sets the markets up, and they're both level 5. So that means he's got a level 2 forge and another level 2 forge. Okay. But I still have the long-term advantage with markets, right? So now I go full greed here. And then I see the catapult. I can get trade. I get my really good market here. My markets are better. Level 6 and level 5. And they're soon to be developed even further because I still have some more trees to burn. But this is where I realize I messed up. Because Lidlib not only set up his markets sooner, but his markets are actually just as good as mine, if not better. And yeah, because you can kind of see, I can't get a market in this city. I definitely can't get a market in this city, so I'm stuck with 3 markets. My markets are like, I have 1 market, 2 markets that are really good, and then a decent market. Whereas Laylib looks to have 4 markets, and they're pretty good markets at that. I'm actually down an eco in the long term. And because I let him set up markets first, I'm not down an eco in the short term. And do you know what that means? It means I am pretty screwed. I go for the border growth though. I'm not going to give up because I do still at least have chances of outplaying. My economy's not horrible. Water control is still going to be more important. But I'm not first to the water either. Now I go philosophy. Why do I go philosophy? There's kind of a few reasons behind it. The main reason is because I'm realizing I'm going to need a ton of techs. I'm likely going to need chivalry. I need literally every water tech. I probably will need catapults. I will definitely need strategy. I might even need mining. So why not make all my techs cheaper? And to get some mine benders. For the content, of course. I mean, you have to see mine benders in the World Championships at least once. But now Laylib just gets in the water. Luckily I have archers. Goes for the siege with the sword. Another giant in the water. Another surprisingly good market setup. I'm way down in eco by this point. I can at least get this sword off. Now, I could have gone for a Justeeni there, which I don't know why I didn't do that, honestly. That probably would have been better. But yeah, I've got my Mindbender here. I'm kind of hoping it doesn't have vision. Like, I don't see him having the lighthouses. So maybe he just, oopsie daisies, gives me a giant and then I win the game. Unfortunately, he doesn't do that. Spoiler alert, he has vision. So, and oh my goodness, he has a lot of giants. 6 giants, I only have 3 on the map. And he has catapults, and he has knights. I'm pretty much outclassed in every way. Oh, sorry, did I say 6 giants? He actually has 7 giants. He just moved 1 into the fog. So the battle's kind of been won before it's even started. I can get another giant, and I can get another giant, but I'm just outclassed here. Too weak and too slow. I can heal these archers with the Mindbender. Pew this giant down, but now I'm just getting invaded. My giant dies to the catapult, or my Mindbender dies to the catapult, sorry. And the knights are going to chip away my giants, and he has full naval control. So I can kind of defend. My capital is safe at least, but unfortunately, because of these giants that all landed, I can't do a whole lot. And I can kind of hold on to the city. The city's been really terrible this whole game, but I've always been threatening that Justeeni, so they haven't been able to take it. And I can get chivalry. Maybe, just maybe, I can like get some value, get a lucky chain. I'm really just hoping for something, because otherwise I'm just losing here. But unfortunately, bomber plays, and with a very smart block here. So now I can't even Justeeni this, and even if I could, it's just a sword. And it's going to force me to giant push. There are multiple catapults in the fog. I'm losing the city, pretty much guaranteed. And the game shortly to follow, so I just save the time and resign. I probably could have resigned a bit earlier, but it's best to play it out with these World Championship games, but this position, there's nothing to play for. So, unfortunately, I get cleanly swept by Chinchi. Two very brutal games. There were some things I definitely could have done, but both games, even with very, very strong play, were by no means easy to win. Chinchi, a tribe I very much underestimated in this, and I paid the price, ultimately. But I'm not out of it yet. I just have to win the next set, and we're good. So that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub, and have a good one.